guys, Yogi Chevy here, and I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about what I was doing, what this beading thing is, what these 108 bead wraps are, sets, and why I started doing all this stuff. And I love prayer beads. I love to pray with prayer beads. I love to meditate with prayer beads, and they have really helped me on my path, on my spiritual path to really embrace prayer beads. And I love making them, and I love designing them. And it's an art form for me, just like if I were to produce, one of my favorite pieces, like Pravati, So Pravati is made with chalk. It's like, this is, what's on here is just deck paint that's textured with sand, and then on it what I do is I use chalk, and I'm really into shading, going from light to dark, and my teacher in this, his name is Beth Barnes, and she's awesome, and we really encouraged each other along with our art, and this was a medium for me that was really how it came about. Is it's super inexpensive. Like, it's really cheap. I can buy pastel chalk for almost nothing. And a gallon of this paint cost me like $5 because it was on the display case, So I have to make everything on this color gray, and I have to do some things around that. But what the point of what me even talking about money in this is that this mode of creativity, or this way of doing what I guess you would call art, came about because I don't have money. You know what I mean? Like, I had to figure out how to create my art, so that it didn't cost a lot of money, So it was like chalk, or like one of my most favorite pieces. It's like, this is like melted crayon, and the idea of this one piece is your chakras. So you got root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, crown, right? So this, again, it's like, I love this piece. I love it. Like, it'd be so hard for me to get rid of this, and I'm going to have to sell it. But, this is done with crayon melted on slate and baked in the oven, you know what I mean? And it was just like this because I can't afford paint. And so it's like, I just work with what's around me when I open myself up to spirit. Now, beading is one of my favorite things, but the problem with beading is it's expensive. Like, the material is expensive, and people don't think that it is, but these are oiled wood beads. These are semi-precious gemstones that mean certain things, and they're expensive to make, and they take a while to make. And one thing that I do with mine is that I make everything on this 1 millimeter black cord, which is like super hardcore. And then, see if I can find it. Let's see. It's hard to find. I'm trying to find a knot. Do my job too well. Here it is, right here. So after this is tied, I have to drill out this particular wood bead, right? And then I have to tie the knot, fill it inside that hole, and then I fill that hole with tape, right? Or not tape, excuse me, glue. So the reason why I do it this way is because I'm brutal on my mullahs, my own mullahs. Like, I run with them, I exercise with them, I practice yoga with them. Like, it is a nightmare when one of these things breaks. So for me, if I'm gonna wear it, I wanna know that I can beat it up. You know what I mean? Like, I can wear it as a wrap around my wrist, and I can feel confident in taking that whole thing off and wrapping it and bringing it around my head. You know what I mean? I know, my kids tease me about this. They call it my dog collar, but this, the medicinal qualities of why I built this the way that I did. And if you want to know, I'm not going to go through the gems. You can check it out on my Facebook page. But it's, I designed it in a way that just is my root chakra set. And I designed it to pick gemstones that were calming and grounding and absorbing, you know? And I think that we think of like the root chakra as like being rooted into the earth. And I don't think it is. That's not how I think of my root chakra. If anything, it's like grounding me from the earth. It's like grounding me in a sense of calmness. It's grounding me into a sense of peace. It's like when my root chakra is off, I feel like I'm smashing into walls, like I'm just a whirling top going all over the place, just reacting everywhere all the time. And so when I can settle my root chakra, when I can be at peace in situations that are extremely stressful, when I can watch my breath in situations that I'm extremely stressful, where I can look to listen and shut off that voice that is always trying to talk over somebody or anticipate what somebody's going to say or what you're going to say. It's like shutting off that voice I do with my root chakra, and just being grounded in that calmness and being able to create space around us for other people to step into that space of calmness. So it's and this is like my art depicting what I think my root chakra is. You know what I mean? And it might not be all the right root chakra. It might not be the right colors. Actually, it's not. You know, root chakra is red, and this thing is brown and black and off-white and really beautiful. And I do them in sets because I don't know. It's like I feel like they just belong together, you know? And they're so fun to share that way. It's like, you know, you can, but how I envision these things work and how I always work with mullahs is that when somebody compliments my mullah, I usually give it to them if I can. You know what I mean? If it's not something that somebody gave to me and it's something that I feel like they need it, I love to hand it off. So a bracelet is a lot easier to give off than a full wrap. I mean, a full wrap is awesome gift. I mean, oh my gosh, I'd be so happy if somebody got me one of these. And I can tell you, if you had your hands on this, you would too. But anyway, so as a wrist, you can be wearing this, and when you get complimented on it, you can just be like, here, take it. I'll call Yogi Chevy and get another one. You know what I mean? So how this all came into Cat in a Mat is that I just want to sit here just like I'm doing with you and rap, and I want to be beating, and I want to be doing them on the streets, and I want to be talking to people, and I want to be teaching people yoga, and I'm going to pull up with my yoga mat and my little tiny tent and my cat, and he will probably just be chilling in the tent. I don't even think he'll come out, to be honest with you. I'd be super surprised if he did. But it's like, you know, that's why I'm doing this, you know, and I know that the circumstances around it are insane, but you know what? That's leading a spiritual life. That's being led by spirit, you know? Like we anticipate that spirit always has to be like the same. Like what? And spirit's like the wind, man. You know? It's like we ride that, you know? You know, and you don't ride something that's stagnant. I'm sorry. And you know, that's how I roll as a yogi, you know? So anyway, that's it. So you guys, I'm psyched. Like, I'm going to spend the next 3 weeks training with Milo. We started doing some fun stuff this morning where he got kind of mad at me. But after he got done, he was all like Mr. Fancy Pants, which is pretty fun. So I love you guys. God bless you. If you could buy a mullah set, you know, after March 24th, every 30% of everything that I sell, I'm not raising the prices at all once they go. What I'm doing is trying to establish a price base so that I can be sure to be okay when I'm out there and also be able to give a lot of money away. And what else did I want to say to you guys? You know, about the money. Oh, and about the money is that I'm just gonna, my game with this is, I'm just going to live on what I make off of the street. So if I sell a mullah on the street, I haven't really figured out how I'm going to do that price structure yet or what that part of the business plan looks like, but it will entail actually me beating with somebody. I will give somebody the opportunity to make their own beats. They have to make the pattern that I'm selling, but that's the way that it's going to be sold. And the other thing that's really brilliant about this is I can also offshore all this stuff. Like, this is not like custom work in the sense that you could buy all the material and make this yourself. So my idea with that is that, you know, my goal is to make and sell 3,100 mullahs, you know. So my breakthrough goal is that we sell 31,000 mullas. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to, like, could you imagine how much money we could give people? Oh my God. I can't, like, that makes me cry. That makes me like, oh, you're doing the right thing, Yogi Shetty, you know? So, so stressful. But I feel so called. And I know everything's going to be okay. And it's the thing that's driving me crazy right now is that there was like a core group of people that I really thought were going to be on board with this, and they're not. And it's like, I feel let down, and I feel, a part of me feels angry, and I just really got to let that stuff go. Like, I really got to let that go, because it's not about that, you know? This whole project is something that I can do by myself, start to finish, and that's what I'm prepared to do. And I approach every project like that. Like, I love to enroll people and get people to help me, but in the end, it's like I have to be prepared to do that by myself, and otherwise I don't want to take on a project. And I know that this particular project, Cat in the Mat, I can execute this 100% by myself, and be 100% okay with it. So, you know, that being said, I am going to sign off, guys. I know this was another long video. I want to take you through some yoga, but I think I really just want to start practicing on my own a little bit. But I love you. God bless you. Please, please, please buy a mullet. It would so bless me. And if you could like and share this, it would be awesome. And yeah, I'll see ya. Bye.